Have you ever wondered what the world felt like when the only light at night was the flicker of a flame? Before the hum of electricity, the streets of Victorian London breathed in shadows. Tonight, we are going back to that quiet, amber-lit world. Let the fog settle around you as we discover the secrets of a night that time forgot. Welcome to Sleeptale Histories, a quiet place for calm history, gentle stories, and peaceful sleep. I'm truly glad you're here. Tonight, we leave the rush of the modern world behind. No noise, no urgency, no expectations. We are traveling softly, back to the heart of the 19th century, a time of velvet twilights, glowing hearths, and slow, unhurried nights. This story is gentle, unfolding at its own pace, meant to be listened to with closed eyes and an easy breath. My promise to you is simple, a peaceful journey into the past, designed to quiet your thoughts and guide you into deep, natural sleep. You are safe here. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember. If this calm feels comforting, you're always welcome to return to this quiet place whenever you need rest. Now, take a slow, deep breath, settle into your pillows, and let the Victorian night begin.
Close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath. Imagine the modern world fading away, the sounds of cars, the glow of screens, and the rush of today. All of it is vanishing. You are traveling back in time. It is London, the year 1880. The sun is dipping below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of deep purple and soft gold. This is the velvet twilight. This is the beginning of the Victorian night. You are standing on a quiet cobblestone street. The air is cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of wood smoke and rain-washed stone. The city is transitioning. The busy noise of the afternoon, the shouting vendors, and the rattling metal of heavy carriages is growing faint. In its place, a peaceful stillness begins to settle over the neighborhood. Everything feels soft. Everything feels heavy with the promise of rest. Look down the long, winding street. In the distance, a small, warm light appears, then another, and another. You see a man walking with a steady, rhythmic pace. This is the lamplighter. He carries a long wooden pole with a small flame at the tip. Listen to the sound of his boots. Click, click, click. It is a comforting sound, a slow, predictable beat that echoes gently against the brick walls. He reaches up to a glass lantern atop a black iron post. With a soft hiss of gas, the lamp wakes up. It isn't a bright, harsh light. It is a gentle, shimmering amber glow. It looks like a tiny star captured in glass. As he moves closer, you watch the light dance on the damp ground. The shadows are long and soft, stretching across the doorways like velvet ribbons. Each house you pass has its own story. Behind the heavy oak doors, the evening rituals are beginning. You can see the faint glow of candlelight through the thick lace curtains of the windows. The world is becoming simpler. There are no bright neon signs here. There are no buzzing electronics. There is only the soft hiss of the gaslight and the occasional clip-clop of a single horse-drawn hansom cab in the distance. The sound of the horse's hooves is rhythmic and hypnotic. Step, pause, step, step, pause. It gets quieter and quieter until it is gone.
The gaslight creates a circle of warmth around you. It feels safe. It feels timeless. You look up at the sky. The purple is turning into a deep, dark indigo. The first few stars are appearing, but they are dim compared to the warm, flickering gold of the lanterns lining the street. The Victorian night is not a dark place. It is a place of shadows and soft corners. The fog begins to rise from the ground, thin and white like a silk veil. It wraps around the base of the lampposts. It softens the edges of the iron fences and the stone steps. Everything is becoming blurry and beautiful. Your footsteps are silent on the stones. You feel a sense of heavy relaxation in your shoulders. The air is so still that you can almost hear the heartbeat of the city slowing down. The gaslights will burn all night, watching over the sleeping houses. They are the silent guardians of the Victorian evening. As you walk further into this misty, golden world, you realize that the night has just begun. There is so much more to see. There is the warmth of the roaring fires inside, the secret silence of the river, and the deep peace of the grand manors. But for now, just stay here in the twilight. Feel the cool air on your face. Watch the flickering flame inside the glass. The world is quiet. The city is dreaming, and you are safe. Rest now. Let the amber light fill your mind. In the next part of our journey, we will step inside one of these homes to find the warmth of the fire. But for now, just drift. Sleep. The velvet twilight is holding you. All is well. All is still.
The cool mist of the London street is now behind you. Imagine yourself stepping through a heavy, polished mahogany door. As it closes, the sounds of the outside world vanish. The damp air is replaced by a wave of gentle, dry warmth. You have entered the heart of a Victorian home. You are in the parlor. This is a place of absolute peace, a place where time feels like it has stopped just for you. Your eyes are drawn to the fireplace. It is the center of everything. A deep orange glow radiates from the black iron grate. Inside, the coal is burning slowly, turning into glowing red embers. Listen closely. You can hear the rhythmic crackle and the soft pop of the fire. It is a steady, comforting sound. It is the heartbeat of the house. The light from the fire dances across the room. It creates soft, shimmering patterns on the ceiling. It makes the shadows in the corners look soft and friendly. There is no rush here. The fire doesn't flicker fast. It breathes, a slow, rhythmic pulse of light and heat. Feel that heat on your skin. It is a heavy, cozy warmth that makes your muscles feel light and relaxed. The air carries a peaceful scent. It is a mix of old books, dried lavender, and a hint of sweet beeswax from the candles. It smells like safety. It smells like home. You look around the room. Everything is soft. There are thick velvet curtains hanging from the tall windows. They are a deep forest green, heavy enough to keep out the night chill. Under your feet, there is a plush Persian rug with intricate patterns of rose and gold. It muffles every sound. The world is wrapped in cotton. In the corner, there is a large, overstuffed armchair. It is covered in soft, worn fabric. Imagine sitting down in it. You sink deep into the cushions. It feels like a warm hug. Beside the chair, there is a small wooden table holding a cup of tea.
A thin ribbon of steam rises from the cup, curling slowly into the air before disappearing. On the walls there are framed paintings of quiet landscapes, green valleys, and still lakes. The gold frames catch the firelight, shimmering gently. On the mantelpiece above the fire, a large grandfather clock stands tall. Listen to the clock. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It is the most peaceful sound in the world. It tells you that there is nowhere else you need to be. There are no chores to do, no messages to answer, only the ticking clock and the glowing fire. The rhythm of the clock begins to match your breathing, slow, deep, steady. In this room, the family has finished their day. A book lies open on a side table, its pages yellowed and soft. A half-finished piece of embroidery sits in a basket. These are the traces of a quiet life. The Victorian Parlor was a sanctuary from the busy industrial world outside. It was a place for dreaming. The gaslight on the wall is turned down low. It is just a tiny golden bead of light. The room is mostly lit by the fire now. The red glow is getting deeper. The embers are settling. Everything is moving toward a state of perfect rest. As you sit in the warmth, you feel your eyelids growing heavy. The tick-tock of the clock is like a lullaby. The room is so quiet that you can hear the soft rustle of the wind outside, trying to peek through the heavy curtains, but it cannot get in. You are protected by the stone walls and the glowing hearth. But even as the house falls silent, the city outside has its own secrets. Beyond these warm walls, the great river Thames is flowing through the dark. The fog is getting thicker, hiding the ships and the silent bridges. For now, stay here in the warmth. Let the firelight fade in your mind. Let the rhythmic ticking of the clock guide you deeper into your dreams. You are warm. You are safe. You are home. The fire is just a soft glow now. The room is dim and peaceful. Sleep is coming, as soft as the velvet curtains. In our next journey, we will leave the warmth and follow the fog to the river's edge. But that is for later. Now, there is only the warmth, only the peace. Sleep, sleep.
Leave the warmth of the fire for a moment. In your mind, imagine walking back out into the cool night air. But you are not cold. You are wrapped in a heavy wool coat that feels like a soft blanket. We're moving toward the river. We are going to the Thames, the great silent heart of Victorian London. Everything here is moving slowly. Everything is quiet. As we walk toward the water, the air begins to change. A thick white fog is rolling in from the sea. The Victorians called this a pea souper, but tonight it feels like a soft silk veil. It is a gentle fog. It hugs the buildings. It swallows the light of the distant gas lamps, turning them into soft glowing orbs of gold. The fog makes the world feel small and private. You cannot see the busy streets anymore. You can only see a few feet in front of you. It feels like you are walking through a dream. The ground is damp and dark, and the sound of your footsteps is muffled, as if the fog is catching every noise and tucking it away to sleep. Now you reach the edge of the river. Stand on the old stone embankment. Below you, the Thames is flowing. The water is dark and deep, like liquid velvet. It moves with a heavy, rhythmic grace. Listen to the sound of the water against the stone. Lap, lap, lap. It is a tiny repeating splash.
It is a peaceful, watery lullaby. The river is not rushing. It is tired. It is flowing slowly toward the ocean, carrying the stories of the city with it. The surface of the water catches the moonlight, creating tiny shimmering ripples of silver. These ripples spread out and disappear over and over again. Look out into the mist. You can see the tall masts of sailing ships resting in the docks. They look like giant wooden birds with their wings folded. The sails are tucked away for the night. The ropes are damp with dew. Occasionally, a ship moves slightly with the tide. You hear a soft wooden creak. It is a lonely but beautiful sound. Creak. It sounds like the ship is sighing in its sleep. These ships have traveled across the vast blue oceans to America, to India, to far-off lands, but tonight they are home. They are resting in the silent waters of London. In the distance, across the water, you hear a low, deep sound. It is a foghorn from a distant boat. It is a long, steady note that echoes through the mist. It is a grounding sound. It tells you that the world is still there, but it is far away. Everything is blue and gray and silver. The iron bridges arch over the river like silent giants. They are frozen in time. No one is crossing them now. No one is shouting. The city of millions is becoming a city of ghosts and shadows, peaceful shadows that only want to rest. The air is very still now. The fog is so thick that you can no longer see the other side of the river. You are in a world of your own. The dampness in the air feels cool and refreshing on your skin. Your breathing becomes as slow as the river's tide. Inhale the cool, misty air. Exhale the stress of the day. You feel a deep sense of solitude, but you are not lonely. You are part of the night. You are part of the history of this ancient river. The Thames has seen 1,000 nights like this, and it will see 1,000 more. It is timeless. It is eternal. As you stand by the water, the fog begins to drift toward the green hills of the countryside. Beyond the city docks, there are grand manors and quiet forests waiting in the dark. The river flows past them, too, whispering to the trees. But for now, stay here by the silent waters. Let the lap-lap of the waves wash over your mind. The ships are sleeping. The fog is thick. The night is deep. The water is dark. The mist is soft. Let yourself sink into the shadows of the Thames. There is nothing to do but listen to the river. Sleep. Sleep in the silver mist. All is quiet. All is still.
Now leave the river behind. Imagine a carriage taking you away from the city. The cobblestones turn into soft, grassy paths. The air grows sweeter, filled with the scent of damp earth and wild clover. You are deep in the English countryside. It is a world of rolling hills, ancient stone walls, and endless peace. Here, the night is not orange like the city gaslights. Here, the night is silver. In the distance, a grand manor house appears. It is made of old, gray stone that has stood for hundreds of years. The windows are tall and dark, reflecting the sky. There are no street lamps here. Instead, the entire landscape is bathed in the light of a full, pale moon. The moonlight is soft and milky. It spills over the roof of the manor like a shimmering liquid. It touches the ivy climbing up the walls, making the leaves look like silver velvet. The house looks like it is dreaming. It is a giant, silent guardian of the hills. You walk slowly through the manor gardens. Under your feet, the grass is long and cool, heavy with the evening dew. Every step you take is silent. The garden is filled with white roses that glow in the dark. Their scent is gentle and powdery,
drifting on the light breeze. The trees, huge ancient oaks, stand perfectly still. Their branches reach up toward the stars like lace. There is no wind to move them. The world is so quiet that you can hear the silence itself. It is a heavy, comforting silence that wraps around you like a warm cloak. Beyond the garden, there is a small, still lake. The water is like a mirror. It is perfectly flat. The moon hangs high above, and its reflection lies perfectly in the center of the water. It looks like a silver coin resting on a bed of black silk. Occasionally, a tiny leaf falls from a willow tree and touches the surface. Plink! A single gentle ripple spreads out in a perfect circle. You watch it grow wider and wider, moving slower and slower, until the water is a mirror once again. It is hypnotic. It is rhythmic. Your mind follows the ripple until everything is still. Listen to the night. It is not empty. In the distance, in the deep woods, you hear the soft, hollow call of an owl. Hoo, hoo. It is a lonely sound, but it feels peaceful. It reminds you that nature is awake, watching over you while you rest. Far away, a small stream flows over smooth pebbles. The sound is a constant, gentle murmur. Shh, shh. It sounds like the earth is whispering a secret to the stones. It is a white noise, a natural lullaby that clears your mind of every worry. Every breath you take is synchronized with the flow of the water. In the Victorian countryside, time does not exist. There are no clocks ticking here. There is only the rising and setting of the moon. You feel a deep connection to the past. People have stood on this same grass, under this same moon for centuries. They felt this same peace. They felt this same heavy sleepiness. The manor house is now far behind you, a dark silhouette against the starry sky. The hills roll on forever, silver and gray under the watchful eye of the moon. Your body feels heavy. Your mind feels light. You are drifting in a sea of silver light. The countryside is a place of deep rest. But even in this silence, there is a sense of order. Somewhere in the distance, a watchman is walking his path, ensuring the world remains safe while you sleep. His steady rhythm is the final thread that will pull you into a dream. But for now, stay here in the moonlight. Feel the cool grass. Listen to the whispering stream. The world is vast. The world is silver. The world is asleep. The moon is high. The stars are bright. Let the silver light carry you away. Sink into the soft grass of the manor. The night is your blanket. Sleep. Sleep in the moonlight. All is calm. All is peaceful.
As the moonlight settles over the world, a new sound emerges from the silence. It is a slow, steady rhythm. Click, clack, click, clack. It is the sound of heavy boots on the stone path. Do not be afraid. This is a sound of comfort. This is the sound of the night watchman. In the Victorian world, he is the guardian of the dark. He is the one who stays awake so that you can finally let go. Imagine the watchman walking slowly down the lane. He wears a long, heavy coat and carries a small lantern that swings gently by his side. With every step, the lantern casts a soft, swaying circle of gold on the ground. Listen to his pace. It is never fast. It is never hurried. It is a peaceful, predictable beat. Step, pause, step. It is like a slow metronome, ticking away the minutes of the night. This rhythm starts to pulse in your mind. It tells your heart to beat slower. It tells your breath to become deep and steady. The world is being watched.
You are safe. The watchman stops for a moment under a tall oak tree. He lifts his lantern to check the path. The light is warm and shimmering. It catches the tiny droplets of dew on the leaves, making them look like sparkling diamonds. The lantern makes a tiny metallic tink as it moves. It is a delicate sound in the vast silence of the countryside. He is not looking for trouble. He is simply making sure that everything is exactly as it should be. The gates are locked, the fires are low, the world is tucked in. He nods to the silence, and his shadow moves softly against the stone walls as he continues his journey. Every so often, the watchman stops and speaks into the cool night air. His voice is deep and gravelly, but it is very kind. He calls out, 12 o'clock, and all is well. The words echo gently through the mist. All is well. They drift over the manor house. They float across the silver lake. They reach your ears like a soft prayer. Hearing those words allows your mind to stop thinking. You don't need to plan for tomorrow. You don't need to remember today. The watchman has taken the burden of the world onto his shoulders. You can just be. There is a profound sense of peace in knowing someone is there. The night watchman is a link between the day and the dream. He is the bridge. As he moves further away, his footsteps become softer. Click, clack, quieter now. Click, clack, almost gone. The distance makes the sound even more hypnotic. It is a fading echo that pulls you deeper into your pillows. The stillness that he leaves behind is not empty. It is a full stillness. It is a protective blanket of silence that covers the hills and the houses alike. The watchman's lantern is now just a tiny golden speck in the distance. It looks like a fallen star moving slowly through the trees. The air feels heavier now. The night is at its deepest point. The shadows are no longer shapes. They are just a soft, dark velvet that holds everything in place. You feel a rhythmic heaviness in your limbs. You are like the ancient stones of the manor, still, quiet, and peaceful. The watchman is still out there, walking his slow circle, keeping the world in balance. The night is almost complete. The watchman's echo has faded, leaving you in the most perfect silence you have ever known. But for now, just listen to the ghost of those footsteps. Let the words, all is well, repeat in your mind. All is well. The path is clear. The watchman is near. Let the rhythm carry you. Let the safety hold you. Sleep. Sleep in the stillness. All is well.
The journey is coming to an end. You are back inside the quiet sanctuary of the manor. The house is silent. The world outside, the fog, the river, and the watchman has faded into a distant memory. You are lying in a large four-poster bed. The sheets are cool, crisp linen, and the blankets are heavy, warm wool. You are perfectly still. Your journey through Victorian England has led you here, to the very edge of sleep. Look toward the fireplace across the room. The bright flames from earlier are gone. Now there are only the embers. They are a deep, pulsing crimson. They glow like tiny rubies buried in soft gray ash. Watch the glow. It is very, very slow. The light breathes in and out. It is a shimmering, gentle pulse. Each time the embers glow, they grow a little dimmer. Each time they fade, the room becomes a little darker. The darkness is not cold. It is a warm velvet shadow that wraps around you. It feels like a soft embrace. The room is full of soft textures. You can feel the weight of the heavy velvet curtains closing out the moonlight. You can feel the plushness of the pillows under your head. The air is cool on your forehead, but your body is wrapped in a cocoon of warmth. The scent of the room has changed. The lavender and beeswax have faded into a faint, sweet smell of cooling wood. It is the scent of a day that has been well lived. It is the scent of rest. Everything in this room is old, steady, and timeless. The heavy wooden furniture stands in the shadows, silent and strong. They have seen 100 years of dreams, and tonight they are watching over yours. Listen to the silence. It is not empty. It has a rhythm. It is the rhythm of the house breathing. A floorboard far away gives a tiny soft creak as it settles. The wind outside whispers one last time against the glass. Your own breathing has become a part of this silence. Inhale the stillness. Exhale the last of the day. Your thoughts are like the smoke from the dying fire, thin, silver, and drifting upward until they disappear into the dark. You are no longer thinking. You are simply being. You are drifting. In the Victorian world, the night was a sacred time. Without the bright lights of the future, the night belonged to the imagination. As the last spark in the grate disappears, the door to your subconscious begins to open. You see flashes of the night you just traveled through. You see the amber flicker of a gas lamp, the silver ripple on a lake, the slow swing of a watchman's lantern. These images are soft and blurry. They are the building blocks of your dreams. They are peaceful. They are beautiful. The room is now almost entirely dark. The final ember gives one last tiny shimmer before turning to gray ash. The warmth remains, but the light is gone. You are safe in the velvet blackness. Your body feels heavy, as if you are sinking into a soft cloud. There is no more history to learn. There are no more paths to walk. The Victorian night has given you its greatest gift, the gift of perfect, uninterrupted rest. You are a part of the history now. You are a part of the peace. Let the dreams come. Let the velvet night take you. The embers are still. The house is silent. The journey is complete. Deep, deep sleep. Peaceful, shimmering dreams. The fire is now only a memory of light. The watchman has passed, and the city has grown quiet. You are part of the history now, drifting gently through time. Your mind is clear. Your body is heavy. Sleep has arrived. If this journey brought you a sense of peace, you're always welcome here. Sleeptale Histories is a quiet place for slow stories and calm nights, shared week by week. If it feels right, you may subscribe and let the bell softly remind you when another peaceful journey is ready. But for now, there is nothing you need to do, nothing to think about. Just rest, just dream. Good night, traveler. Sleep well.